Everybody talking about the Revenant. Everybody's talking about, that's what's his name? Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu or Ratu, whatever, anyway. Oh, that dude.
Inuyasha.
Yeah. The dude that finally got his green card, or so Sean Penn says.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that joke was that bad when he told it.
He knows the guy.
It was a joke.
Friends,
Yeah, shit.
Everybody get the fuck over themselves.
Yeah. God damn. Yeah, the guy's rich, making movies now and shit, and made another movie right after that. The guy that made Birdman, and they're saying, we can't wait for what he has next.
Oh, yeah. Got Leonardo DiCaprio in it too.
Got Leo?
Shit.
Oscar? Not yet, but hopefully.
No. This might do it.
This might do it. Yeah. The Revenant. This is a movie where it's about a man versus nature, other man, animals.
You name it.
You name it. He's fighting it.
That's it.
All while he's sick. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Hugh Glass in this. He's a trapper who worked with his people that he thought he trusted. Mm-hmm. Turns out that his boy, Tom Hardy, who plays John Fitzgerald, turned on him when he needed him the most. My man is attacked by a bear lying up there. They told Tom Hardy, Mr. Fitzgerald, they said, hey, you know what? We got to go back to this fort and let everybody know that we're still out here. We're going to send somebody back for you. But you know what? Y'all are tight. Just look after Hugh right here until we send someone. It's very easy. Ain't got to do nothing but sit on your ass and babysit this man right here.
Right. You do the honorable thing. Yeah. This man was honorable by us. You do this.
You do this. We wouldn't be alive if it weren't for him.
Right.
But after about 24 hours, you're like, fuck this. He said, I got to go.
I'm bored.
He pretty much said, fuck this before they even asked him.
Yeah, he did.
He said fucking a long time ago.
Yeah, he got attacked by a bear. What did he say to a fucking bear? Brought it on himself. He fucked up.
Yeah.
He had it coming. Let's go.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
Let's just leave and give me his share.
Yeah, give me all this shit, as a matter of fact. Let's just go. Yeah. Then when Fitzgerald has to kill his boy, and his boy is half Indian, half breed, didn't like him anyway. That's when Leonardo DiCaprio said, "No, I can't die yet. If I get whatever it takes, I got to crawl my way back and kill that motherfucker. He took everything I had." And this is no, I just told you all that right there. I simply just could have said the bear rape movie. Oh, that movie, yeah, that one where Leonardo DiCaprio got torn up by that fucking bear.
Yeah.
A lot of people make jokes about that bear rape. And other people are saying, come on, man, enough of the bear rape jokes. There's more to the movie than that. I was looking this story up because you saw right there, inspired by true events. And I wanted to see just how much, because, today, inspired by true events pretty much means bullshit.
Right.
Sure.
Turns out the only thing that kind of was true was that he did get attacked by a bear. That was it.
He who? Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah. No, I'm going to give y'all the backstory here because it's actually a very good story on its own, whether it's true or not. And some people even say that the story might have been exaggerated, but the legend is badass. So you got this dude here, Hugh Glass.
Yeah.
That's the real guy right there. Hugh Glass, they stayed back in I think it was the summer of 1823 or the spring of 1823. My man was out there looking for berries. Not bothering anybody. Bear out of nowhere came up behind him and pretty much told him,
all we can do is the easy way out of the hallway. Some of the choice is yours.
Mr. Glass chose the hard way. And Bear tore that ass up. Tore his ass up. Now, the man was hanging on literally by a thread. Threads of skin. They say that he had gashed up wounds. He had cuts that were bleeding profusely, and he had parts of himself hanging on just by slabs of skin.
Yeah.
Seriously, like they didn't think this guy was going to survive. Mr. Fitzgerald came up. They said, "Hey, you and this other boy. Let me see this other boy. The boy's name, a young impressionable kid, Jim Bridger. Jim Bridger and Fitzgerald there." I didn't have a picture of him, so I choose time. Had to make that shit look old.
Yeah.
But they said, hey, man, look, just stay with him, and we'll send somebody back for you. Now, it turns out that Fitzgerald was out there for actually a week. Out there a week the whole time, and come on, a week would drive anybody crazy, so he just said, fuck this. Took all of Hugh Glass's shit. I mean, that's what really made it bad. He took all his shit. He could have just left him there, but he said, you ain't gonna need this gun. You ain't gonna need this hat. You ain't gonna need these shoes, pants. In fact, you ain't gonna need nothing, man. You practically dead. So he left him out there almost naked to do nothing but survive the elements. So this, in the movie, they say You know, they killed his Indian son. He has to get back
in front of him.
And in front of him, he has to get back at Fitzgerald for revenge to make things right. Turns out that Glass was just pissed that they left him out there, and he was so pissed that he actually crawled for months to get back to the fort so that he could just do one thing, and that is kill Fitzgerald and little young Bridger, man. They said that he scared off wolves for meat. They said that he fought off other Indians for survival. He braved the elements. Pretty much had to eat grass, weeds, and all the stuff that he found on the ground because he couldn't walk, because he was crawling until he could build himself up. It wasn't until about a month that he got away from that fort that he was able to walk again and beat on the door. Where the fuck is Fitzgerald? Where's that motherfucker at? And they said, oh man, he left months ago. He went and joined the army, and he ain't coming back. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. And they said, well, now that he's a soldier, if you do that, then you'll be a murderer. And well, guess what? You just shit out of luck. And turns out that Fitzgerald got away with it. Bridges was there, but he just was so young that Glass said, hey, you know what? Fuck it, man. You know, I'll let you go too, because that dude just talked you into it.
Became a famous mountain
Became a famous guy. Never got his revenge on Fitzgerald. But people knew one thing. They knew about that fucking bear attack. And then he said, if that's the only shit I can get out of this, yes, I survived the worst bear attack of all time, man. And that actually like put the movie in perspective for me, because when I saw this film here, I said, you know what? It's not about
revenge.
That revenge right there that really got to me. That whole thing about revenge for his boy, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't feel anything about that. I just felt like they kind of put that in there for a mainstream audience so they would have some emotional attachment to these characters. For me, it felt kind of fake. You say you saw that shit too, so I'm not the only one, right?
Not at all. That shit, it seemed a little manufactured to me. And it just seemed like any other run-of-the-mill revenge story, and it didn't have a lot of weight behind it, really.
Yeah, to me, it didn't either. Now, I'll tell you, the thing that really did get to me, where the emotional part of me came into it, is just watching what
I already know what you're about to say.
What am I about to say?
Watch this motherfucker just survive.
Survive, yeah.
Simply survive.
You know,
it's hard to watch.
Like, I was playing that shit where he was grunting, but that's him through the whole movie practically.
Yeah.
Just trying to crawl through snow and through the grass.
Simple shit.
Yeah. It's almost like I forgot he even had a kid. I'm just like, man, I'm just seeing you almost getting attacked by Indians, and I mean, it was almost like grass was killing him.
Yeah, like you just feel like something's infected. Like you just, your whole body is infected, motherfucker. You could just die at any moment, probably.
Yeah, they do such a great job with that bear attack in the movie right here.
That's just a little bit.
With that bear, like, mother, you gonna shoot me?
Yeah.
Bitch. He didn't do nothing but piss that bear off.
Yeah, that bear was angry.
Yeah, I'm a goddamn bear, motherfucker.
Well, I like how at that point when you go like, oh, see, you fucked up. You shot the bear, but clearly that bear was coming after him no matter what. You get attack. You get the first stage of the attack, which is devastating enough on its own.
Yeah.
You're like, whew, man, I'm glad that's over. And the bear checks on her cubs, like, y'all cool?
Yeah.
All right. Mama got some business to finish. I'll be right back. Now, where you at? Oh, yeah.
Man.
Then come stage 2.
I look at movies where I feel sorry for animals, because I'm like, man just come in. You know, humans just come in and fuck up everything.
Yeah.
But it was really fucked up what that bear did, man.
Yeah.
Man, Leonardo DiCaprio was doing nothing.
You know what makes it worse is like everybody in that party that he was leading along, they would have been the ones to fuck with the bear. To be like, hey, look at these cubs. He's the only one who was respectful. Like, hey, you know, take care of nature. Yeah. Don't disturb things. I'm just get some berries, scout it out. I'll be right back. And that bear she's having to be an asshole.
And that bear was an asshole. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, he even looked like, oh, shit. And that bear was like, yeah, motherfucker. You think the bear's leaving. The bear just looks at him and just like, wow, man, I fucked you up.
I fucked you up.
And the bear just starts walking off. And it's just like, no, motherfucker. You know, I really don't like you. The bear sniffs him to like, I still smell life in you.
Yeah.
And what's cool about it, like it looks like a real animal attack too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how they did that.
Yeah, it's
I mean, of all kind of animal attacks, this, I think, to me, by far is the scariest.
Oh,
I've
it
seen.
is.
yeah. It was one because what they do is like a lot of the camera work in here, they put you right into the situation where fuck 3D. Just sometimes putting yourself in a point.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
This movie was more 3D than most 3D movies I've seen.
Yeah. Without glasses.
Without glasses,
There's a
yeah.
point here where the bear's like sniffing Leonardo DiCaprio, and you feel like the bear's nose on you.
Yeah.
And it goes for a lot of things in this film. The movie puts you into this harsh environment. This whole thing about Tom Hardy leaving Leonardo DiCaprio behind, I really wasn't that upset by it because it's such a shitty period in time. It is such a shitty environment that they live in. You look at this and it's like, you know what? I kind of feel like he did just what he had to do.
It's hard to hate his actions because you can certainly rationalize it, and he makes sense. He kept reminding me of Shane in The Walking Dead, where it's just like, yeah, man, I know what we got to do, but you ain't got to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
You know, you just right off the bat, you don't want to do nothing for nobody.
Yeah, it's a situation where you don't have to be that hard with it, but it's kind of like, look, man, you out in the cold, you freezing, you don't know when Indians are going to attack again. You're like, I got to get the fuck out of here. This guy's practically dead. He didn't have to go as far as kill the dude's son, but even the son was screaming, and so it's kind of like,
It kind of looked like something that just kind of happened. It's not like,
But
I mean, he was gonna kill him.
Yeah,
but it was just like,
he let that be known.
maybe if
early
he
on.
wasn't screaming so loud, he might have, made it a little longer.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of fucked up for the kid to be screaming when he saw his dad being murdered.
He was just being buried alive.
yeah, man, dude was dead. Like I said, it was a bad period in time. Learn when to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I saw everything.
Learn to count your losses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get a new daddy, man.
That's
You'll be
it.
all right. The cinematography is it just blows me away because when they have so many scenes where the way they do it is that they actually make some of the shots one long shot. I don't know how they do it because they don't have like in Birdman where they would go behind a corner and it would black out and you're like, okay, well, they just changed the camera right here and, went to another shot. They don't have the luxury of doing that right here. So I don't know if there were computer effects involved or what. But also, the camera work is chaotic without being too shaky. You know what I mean? Sometimes,
yeah.
I mean, it finds that really good spot of weaving in and out of the action, but not being so shaky that you can't tell what's going on. So when something goes down, like an Indian attack on this camp, you feel. I was ducking half the time.
Oh, I was too.
You actually feel like you are in the middle of it, and for every little messed up thing that happens, you have a front row seat to it. I think they really shot it. It wasn't no CG. Leonardo DiCaprio was like, "What the fuck?"
Gone. No, good play. I know, good play.
I was like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Horses is so stupid.
I was like, "This world is too fucked up for me, man." Leo was just like, "We can stop and let me out."
I'm surprised they gave you that clip. To show.
I know. You can tell Leo is like, "Whoa, whoa." That was like, "Oh, nah, motherfucker, we in this together." Shit. Shit. What the fuck?
And I thought this day couldn't get any
Couldn't get any
worse.
worse. Leo's cussing that horse all the way down. Fuck you. This is a rough shoot. This is a shoot where these actors. I know people say actors, they have it easy, they make money.
Shit, not these actors.
Not in this one.
On this set, they earned every dollar they had because there's not a moment in this movie where these people aren't covered in dirt, blood, and shit.
Yeah. And snow.
And snow. And they're out in the snow for real.
Yeah.
One of the things with this movie that they say is that they had to shoot on location and they had to shoot with natural light. Mm-hmm. So when you see these people out there freezing to death, that's real, man. These guys, they earn that shit. You think homeless people have it bad today? That was normal for everybody.
Everybody was homeless back then.
everybody was living that life back then.
It is a movie that makes you really happy that you live in this century.
Yes. I went home in the heat and I kicked my feet up and I'm like, life is good. This shit made me appreciate that.
When I was reading about this, they say that the time that bear attack happened on Hugh Glass, the guy that Leonardo DiCaprio plays in the movie, they say that He was 40 years old at the time, and they say an old man by that standard back in the day.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, they said they said that's why they left him out there too, because they like, well, he's old.
He's
You know,
40.
his life is done.
He had a good run.
He had a good life.
I wish I could live till 40.
And if you look at Leonardo DiCaprio, he's aged after this movie. Like the actor.
Well, he is 40.
No, I'm talking about, man. When you see,
he looks a little.
he looks like
older.
today.
Yeah.
That movie wore his ass out.
Dude, he had to do some shit.
They say that he actually slept in a fucking horse
Yeah,
carcass.
he ate a bison liver, a raw bison liver. Why, I don't know.
You know why? You want to know why? Because he was fucking starving. That's why.
Oh, well, I guess he made him suffer. Like,
Yeah.
you don't appreciate this bison liver.
Yeah, it's a movie that I admire a lot. I didn't really feel the emotion there. I felt the struggle. I wanted Leo to survive because he worked for it in the movie. I mean, he's struggling so hard. The bad thing that I can say about this is that the cinematography is so good. And it really is. There are moments where people are fighting and the camera just focuses on weird objects. Like I know there's one scene where two people are fighting and the weapon escapes one of them. The only weapon he had to fight.
Yeah.
And they focus on the weapon, like running off and saying, hey, see you. You know, so to show you just how helpless some people are. The choices and angles that they choose and what they choose to focus on, very smart to get the effect that they wanted. But sometimes the movie's too in love with the cinematography, I think, because there are moments where they focus on things for a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at trees and a hilltop, and I'm just like, okay, I got it, man. I can, it's like looking at a postcard for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a point in the movie where it's just clouds. The camera just drifting in clouds, and you hear heavy breathing. You hear like, and it goes on for like 4 minutes. It's a beautiful movie, and that director's excellent. And the shots are gorgeous, but like I said, just a lot of moments where it's moments where just the camera just drifts off, or he'll have a weird hallucination or something. It's just like, it really doesn't mean much. Can we get back to the shit that's actually really good, which is the action? Yeah. He directs action fantastic.
Yeah, he does, Martin.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go like, man, you guys are wrong.
You are.
But you're right. For yourselves, for me, I didn't have a big problem with that. I mean, yeah, it is a long movie, and I know with especially our sensibilities today, we like things to move along faster. And once I abandoned being involved in the revenge story, because I completely agree with you, like we didn't get to see him and the son enough so that the son's death meant enough to us to where we were like cheering him on, like, yeah, man, you got to get that dude back. It's just like,
it seems like it's already a foregone conclusion. You already know, okay, he's gonna lose his fucking kid. Like,
yeah.
You wouldn't even seen the trailer. Figure that out.
The trailer lets you know. I mean, there's too much that tells you already, so you don't have that emotional connect. You don't have that sense of loss. Like, oh, it's just like, yeah, man, it's a harsh environment. This shit happens. For me, this is what Dwayne. When I hear people talk about Mad Max Fury Road, where like I say, like it's a 2-hour car chase. They go like, yeah, but there's so much more. It's all the visuals. It's all that. I'm like, yeah, okay. But for me, this movie is that where I'm like, yeah, all this other stuff, I appreciate it. I love it. I'm like, wow, I could just spend time watching this. I mean, it's not comfortable, and we saw it in a theater that was freezing, and I had to pee the whole time. So I had everything working against me, but I was just like, I'm just marveling at this, and I'm just, we don't get a lot of these. If we had a bunch of movies like this, I'd be like, I don't know. But getting so few or just one, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad to have this, and I've greatly enjoyed it.
It was cold in that theater.
And, just when you think like, man, well, I had to go through all this, the payoff is just one of the most brutal fight scenes
yes,
we've ever seen. Ever.
I'm glad you brought up Mad Max, because I'll get my rating right here. It's this is a cinematic experience, man, for me. That's when people say you want to go for a cinematic experience. The movie pulled me in. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting up there fearing for my fucking life through the whole film. So, I feel like, hey, I'm a part of this film. Maybe I wasn't there emotionally the whole time, but as Martin said with Mad Max, I gave Mad Max a full price because when people said it was just one simple thing, maybe I don't think it's the best picture, but I do think it's very good for the thing that they want to deliver. And this movie delivered on its story of survival. So I'm not going to say one of the best movies I've seen this year, but it is a big full price for me. Well, damn, don't. Hey, whatever y'all do, don't jump and give me rating.
No, I give it a high matinee. It's just, to me, I saw a very good movie here that could have been tightened up. And if it had been tightened up, if the pacing was a little bit better, I would have given it a full price. But It just a little too much for me.
You know, millennials with that short attention span.
And being that what it is, I hear what you're saying, Tommy.
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I would recommend to people a matinee for those reasons. But for me, it was a full price.
Yeah, so fuck you.
That's
I didn't hear that, Martin.
I'm speaking on behalf of Martin Ramsey. I'd say this is the year that they should give that Academy Award
to the bear.
for best actor to that fucking bear, man.
Best supporting at least.
Best supporting at least. I ain't never seen a CG
That
creature
man's
that real.
villain of the year.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. That's the Joker this year. Is that fucking bear?
Bear's an asshole, Tommy.
Yeah.
But you know, if the bear won, it would come out to accept the award, and then just do that
Just
to
do
the presenter.
And everyone would applaud.
Everyone would applaud.
That's why we love you, man.
Walked away from Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, fuck you. The fuck you say not to this?
You know, one of the things that make this so scary is like you mentioning, like you know, he gets the gun up and actually shoots the bear, and right when you think you're gonna go, it's like no,
It gets so much worse.
yeah,
It gets so much worse.
you know, I was just kidding, right?
It's like before that happened, you're like, okay, if that bear just kind of drifts away, Leo, try to move as fast as you can,
Yeah,
but just kind of maybe he can make it.
Yeah.
He did that shit. I'm like, that motherfucker's dead.
Yeah, talking about a female bear protecting her cubs. No, that bear got a dick and he just got out of jail.
Man, I was
Shit, I'm gonna get me some ass, motherfucker. I ain't fucked in about 5 years.
I was waiting on the twist at the end of the movie to be Leonardo DiCaprio was dead the whole time. Like,
That was
no fucking
a
way.
death flashback. And when he comes to, the bear's still in his ass. I'm still here.